So, Mr. Subhas, I think this is the very first time that we are meeting.
Yeah, this is the first time. Yeah.
All right. So, let me tell you about myself first, and then I would like to hear about you.
Okay.
Um, well, I am from Bangalore. I'm a teacher. I'm an English teacher, and I am here in Bangalore for about like I was born and brought up over here, and I am on Clapingo for a few months now. I think from past 4 or 5 months I am on Clapingo. So
Okay.
yeah, tell me a little about yourself.
My name is Subhash, and I live here in Guwahati, and I am in a government job, and I my hobby is to learn spoken English. So I want
That's a hobby.
now I have made it a hobby actually because I don't think about anything else than learning spoken English.
Oh wow, that's wonderful. So may I know what all actually you do to work on your English?
Yes, as I am now speaking with you, this is one of the main thing that I do. I like to
Uh-huh.
speak with the tutors, and other than this, I do like reading books and watching videos on YouTube and web
Lovely.
series also. So these are the
Sorry,
things
sorry.
that I do. And web series also on Netflix,
Web
English.
series. All right.
Yeah.
So which web series did you watch recently?
Now I'm watching actually one web series that is House of Cards.
Oh, all right. House of Cards. Give
Yeah.
me a gist of that web series. What is it all about?
This is about this political drama that happens in America. The
Mm-hmm.
presidency, governors, all these things, that how they manipulate things to get things done. And there are so twists and turns in those episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So my main aim is to see how they speak, and I follow these subtitles actually because it is very difficult to follow
Oh,
otherwise.
trust me, we all Indians actually cannot watch. I mean, this is American accent we're talking about. So not
Yeah.
very easy for Indians to watch all of that without the subtitles. So yeah.
Yes. So all the episodes in some cases that I even don't understand also, but what I my aim is that I have to learn some phrases or words. So I pick up some phrases or words from those episodes and I watch them and try to learn and try to put in practice all those things.
Lovely, wonderful. You're already doing a very, I mean, like a great job at improving your language.
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing trying actually.
So what is your motivation behind learning the language of English?
Motivation means is that you see, I studied in a local language, so I could not speak in English,
Hmm.
and it was always in me, and that when I was saw others speaking English, I could not speak, so I felt a bit low and inferior to them. So it was always my wish that I could speak, and now I'm trying,
So,
and I can speak actually. Uh, Suppose there are somebody have come or I have visited some places and people are there speaking English. Now that the inhibition or the fear it is no more. Somehow I will manage. I know that.
oh, I can see you are really using a lot of big words over here, inhibition and all of that. Wonderful. You have really done a great job. So, wonderful, wonderful. Whatever you're doing, please do not stop. Go on, continue doing the same thing. And I can definitely see that you are somebody who you said that your education was in your mother tongue,
Yes,
in
yes,
your
right. Yeah.
the medium of instruction was. May I know if I may ask?
Yeah, it's Bengali. My mother
Oh,
tongue
it
is
was in
Bengali.
Bengali. All right.
Yeah.
So you have picked up the language on your own without academic learning.
In academic instead, there was one subject actually. English subject
That's it.
was always there, but I did not have any opportunity to speak with anybody because not in school, in college, or even in office also. I don't have anybody to speak in English. So the environment was like
So
that.
all of this, whatever you are speaking right now, is all your individual effort.
Yeah, right.
Wow, I'm pretty impressed with you. You are a good example. In fact, you should be telling other people what exactly they should be doing. I mean, like I keep telling people the same thing to my other, speakers, other clients, and everybody. Whenever they ask me, what should we do to improve our English? What should we do to improve our English? And I keep telling them the same thing what you are telling me right now. In fact,
Okay.
2 minutes before I joined your session, I was speaking to another client, and
Mm-hmm.
I, in fact, told her, she was asking me, what can I do to improve my English? Trust me, I gave her the same tip, what you just told me right now. I told her to watch web series. I told her to listen to YouTube videos and all of that. The same thing. So, Mr. Subhash, you are already doing everything to work on your language, which is very, very, very impressive, in fact. And we don't come across these kind of motivated students, motivated people very often. They want to learn, but the hardest part is they don't put in the effort. But like I can clearly see that you put in a lot of effort. So please continue doing whatever you're doing because it is really working wonders in your situation. So continue doing the same thing.
Yeah. Actually, I feel good when I can speak English and if I get
It
somebody to speak with. Yeah.
it boosts your morale. I totally understand
Mhm.
that feeling. Uh, okay, so Mr. Subhash, tell me a little about your family and your other things. What do you do on a daily basis?
My family is my wife and two children. Now they are grown up. Recently, my son has got a job in Punjab National Bank. Just this
Oh,
month, he has joined here.
lovely. Huh?
And my daughter has appeared this near exam that held last Sunday.
Uh-huh.
And this is my family.
Okay,
Uh,
well, what about your wife? Is she working?
no, no, she is housewife.
Oh, she
She is
manages
not
the
working.
house, all right, huh?
Yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
The greatest
And
responsibility of all.
yes, but she is always fed up. I mean, she would ask me, "What would you do learning English now? Just stop it and
Oh,
do other things. There are so many important things to be done here. So why are you
uh-huh.
spending so much time on these things?" But I don't hear.
Oh, please don't.
I
Please
don't give
don't.
any ear to her, and I do my bits.
Well, continue doing the same thing, turn a deaf ear toward her. In fact, ask her to, give you, company in actually speaking to you in English. Go and talk to her only in English. Don't speak to her in Bengali at all. Go around speaking in English. Eventually, she'll be so irritated that she will also, start learning, developing the language. So, what's your language at home? You guys speak in Bengali?
Only Bengali, yes.
Okay, fine. So your wife has always been a homemaker.
Yeah, always.
She was okay. What were you doing, by the way? If I don't think I asked you that.
Yeah,
You did
I'm
tell
into
me.
a government job, central government office. Yeah,
Okay, so at the moment you're working. All right. Okay, fine.
yes.
Okay. So what do you do in your free time besides learning? You're working on the language. Besides that, what do you do
I don't know actually because you see, if you ask me the same thing, I'm going to tell you. I just immerse myself with English.
all the
So
time?
now, yes, whenever I get time actually, because other than that, I don't know what I do. When I go to office, so
Mm-hmm.
after sometimes I go by bus. So after boarding on the bus, I will switch on my mobile and see the words or phrases that I have already. Uh, what we do that
Mm-hmm.
for when I get new words, so
You make a note of that.
I Google it and make sentences with those words.
Wow.
So I take the screenshot of those words, and while going by bus to my office, so I get 30 to 45 minutes time. So why
Mm-hmm.
should I spend? Why should I go waste all those times that I get? So I
Lovely. Wow. I
so
admire your commitment toward this. Okay, so after coming back home,
coming back home, I have my tea. sorry, my I have tea and biscuits, and then again I start doing all these things. And sometimes I feel very tired also, so I
Hmm.
don't. I take a nap also.
Don't you go out and participate in any kind of physical activity like playing cricket with your friends, hanging out with your friends? No such
No more,
activities?
no more, no more. Only in the morning I go for a walk for about 40 to 45 minutes. This much
And
only the
even during
exercise.
that 45 minutes, I'm kind of presuming that probably you plug in your headphones and listen to something.
No, no, no.
Oh,
At that time
okay.
I don't take.
How come you're not listening to anything at the time?
I don't know. It never. I never. I mean, it did not occur to me that I should
Oh,
take
it
my
never occurred
mobile.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I do that. In fact, I was also an enthusiast like you when I was working on my language. I used to, not used to, I still do. Even today when I'm working out, even today when I'm, at my gym, I plug in my headphones and I'm either, listening to something or some story or something. You have these Kindle and then Audible and applications like that, right? So I kind of always plug that in and I'm listening to that. And now at the moment I actually have a machine at my home, so I have this comfortable place where I can keep my phone. So what I do is I keep my phone on that, I'm reading a story while I'm working out. So I have this
Okay.
habit of doing. I have that habit
Nice,
of doing
nice.
so.
Very good, very good.
So I
And
was
what
just,
about your accent? You have very good accent. Not only you learn, you can speak. You have a very good accent.
well,
So
thank you,
I
thank you for
think
that.
most of the people that spoke, who have spoken with you, might have told you about your accent. I feel
Kind of,
like,
yes, they have pointed it out that I have a different accent. Yes, they
yeah.
have. Accent actually, I used to work for call centers in 2003. So there
Okay.
I underwent like 6 months of accent training. So they
Okay.
wanted us to, we had to speak to these American clients. And
Hmm.
American clients back 20 years ago, they kind of looked down upon us because we were Indians. And
Hmm.
therefore,
Yes.
we had to pretend that we were not Indians and we had to tell them that we are from, other country. So to
Okay.
fake that we are not Indians, it was a very strict requirement back then that we have to have an accent. I did not have
Okay.
this accent, but then initially I started faking it so much that it kind of stayed along with me. So I do not even remember how I used to speak earlier. So now this is kind of, it has become my own accent at the moment. I mean, after that. So I am speaking like this from past, you can say 20 years. Yeah.
No, that's a long time.
So yes, of course, it's a very long time. Initially, I did not know. People actually started commenting. They started telling me that I have an accent, and I was like, really? And that is how I picked up the accent. I mean, through because I was faking so much initially for 2 years. It was a nightmare, to be honest enough, because when I used to take these calls initially in like first and second month, people used to abuse knowing that I'm an Indian. These
Oh,
Americans,
okay.
and it was another nightmare that it was traumatizing. In fact, I would speak to them, I would call them, and you probably must have known call centers are like we call them and then we
Mm-hmm.
ask them to buy the product. So when I
Yeah.
would say, hello, I am so and so calling from this company, would you like to do you have a few minutes to talk about this thing? And immediately the moment they hear us, they hear the accent, they started abusing, stating that you Indians, blah blah blah, and all of that. So I would actually go and sit in a restroom and I would cry just because my accent was not American accent. So so I started faking as much as I can. And I think within I think 1.5 months, I kind of got it, and I started
Okay.
focusing.
So
And
within a
then
very short period of
yes,
time, you have achieved it.
I used to speak to like 500 people in a day on a daily
Oh my
basis.
God, there's too many.
So, yes, and imagine out of those 500, at least 400 people would abuse, knowing that you're an Indian. So it was a trauma that I had to live at the time. So it was more of a survival for me. I had to pick up the accent, and very quickly I did. And since then, it kind of stayed along with me. So, yeah,
Yes. So whatever happens, it happens for your good.
yes,
Now you can
I
now you can be proud. you can feel proud also that I have got the
Definitely do. I definitely do. And now what I am focusing on is to, make sure that I have a right pronunciation, because when you are speaking a language,
Mhm.
pronunciation is also very important.
Yes,
And
that's
being a
true.
teacher, I must focus on that. So it kind of became, initially it started as a survival thing, but now it is more of it's more of my profession, my job now. So I
So
focus more on my.
when you feel like that, you are not pronouncing the word, because when I speak to you, I feel that whatever you are speaking with me, so you are pronouncing right. But how you feel that? How can you notice that? Yeah, whatever you're speaking, particular word that you have not pronounced it rightly.
How I have. The thing is,
Yeah.
like, first of all, I have worked, like, I have spent nearly 20 years in making my pronunciation right. I
Mm.
also have attended these pronunciation classes, and I have also undergone 6 months of training. So, what happens is when you keep practicing the pronunciation over and over and over, it kind of remains in your subconscious mind. And when I learn a new word, what I do is the first thing that I do check is the pronunciation of that in American English and also in British English. And I kind of follow American accent. I don't really follow British accent. So what I do is I pick up the American accent and I keep repeating that. I remember that and I practice that. And if you have to remember a pronunciation or anything for that matter, my trainer used to tell me always that you will have to do it at least minimum of 7 times. So when you do it for 7 times, you do not forget at all. So
Okay.
I keep doing that even till date. So if I come across a word, a new word, I first check the pronunciation of it, and then I check the number of syllables, and then I check the meaning, and then I use it for 7 times, and then it automatically, settles with me.
Okay. So you say lieutenant. I think that you don't say lieutenant.
Lieutenant, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So if I have to tell you, see, I can see that you have a very good accumulation of words. Your vocabulary is pretty high, very good at it. However, what I would suggest is when you are speaking, try to open a bigger mouth so that you can express clearly. That
Okay.
is one of the requirement of English language. When we speak, it's actually something that people train. When you are speaking English language, we have to speak from this side, it seems, not from here, but from this
Okay.
side. So what happens is at that particular time, the words actually come out clearly. And
Okay.
when you do not open the mouth, what happens is you sound like, not you, I mean, we all sound as if we are
Mhm.
mumbling.